Cory Sandhagen and Deiveson Figueiredo have officially made weight for their UFC Des Moines main event. Sandhagen weighed in at 135.5 pounds, while Figueiredo hit 135 pounds. Both fighters are set for a pivotal bantamweight clash. In the co-main event, Nickal and Reinier also made weight, each at 185.5 pounds. Nickal reportedly cut 37 pounds in a week to make weight. Meanwhile, another fighter made headlines. Sean O'Malley shared a heartfelt moment, surprising his father by asking him to be in his corner for the UFC 316 rematch against Merab Dvalishvili.
That we'll set her present. Well, you could say no, but do you want to be in the corner?
Oh, yeah. That's not going to make you too nervous?
No, I'm not even nervous. Are you, though? No.
I've been a lot more calm.
Like
50th.
O'Malley is gearing up to reclaim the bantamweight title. But that wasn't even the wildest thing today. Garry has been named the backup fighter for the UFC 315 welterweight title bout between Belal Muhammad and Jack Della Maddalena.
It's Wednesday the 30th of April, so we're what, 4 days after the fight? Yeah. It's only 4 days after the scrap. We're basically brand new. Brand new, ready to go, ready to rock up the cannon and go, what's up? Who's ready? Who's ready to rock and roll? Me, you're looking at me. Got a little bit of bruising on the foot. That's alright. Scab from shooting a bit, that's alright. Little crotch sniffer. And then yeah, just moving. Trying to get these bricks back in order because they are decision machines right now.
Daniel Cormier has called out what he sees as double standards regarding Islam Makhachev's potential title stripping if he moves up to welterweight, noting that Jon Jones hasn't faced similar scrutiny.
You're holding on to the belt, not really doing anything, so it's odd. But you know what's annoying to me is Islam Makhachev has said, I don't want to really fight Ilia Topuria because he's a 45-pounder, and I've done that. Give me somebody else. People are like, take the belt off of him. He should be stripped. I've seen reports, and I don't know that these are true, where they're like, it's either strip or defend for Makhachev. Why? Why? He has fought in the last 2 years. He fought Volk, he fought Dustin, he fought Volk again. He fought against what's the guy's name that just what's that guy's name?
You'll get it. You'll come up with it.
Right? He fought them all. Like, he's fought 4 times in the amount of times that the heavyweight champ fought once.
Robbie Lawler addressed speculation about a UFC return, confirming he's still in the anti-doping testing pool, but remains retired. All that is like they tested me at a time where there was a whole bunch of people at the gym, so it went out there like, oh, it looks like Robbie got tested, Lawler said. I'm like, yeah, but I got tested months ago too, months before that. Yeah, I'm still there getting tested. But I'm retired, I am in the pool. Aljamain Sterling believes Cory Sandhagen's size and movement give him the edge over Deiveson Figueiredo in their upcoming fight.
At the end of the day, it's just when he gets to these guys who are bigger, and Petr Yan's not a big dude, but he ran into Petr Yan. Now he's running into Sandhagen, and I think Sandhagen being a much bigger guy with the height, the reach advantage, I think it's going to be a very tough situation for him to have success. But if he could land one of those knockout punches, man, I mean, he could hurt Sandman and take advantage of his grappling. But I think Cory has done a good job of adding wrestling to his game, controlling on top, some good damage. But yeah, I think this is it's an interesting fight. I'm not really sure which way to go. Actually, I am. I think Sandhagen should be the one to kind of get the job done on this one. I think it's a very winnable fight for him. Whether or not that actually happens, I mean, it is what it is. But I think this is a very winnable fight. He's got great movement. Figgy tends to stand in place, very like trying to be this karate guy and sitting on his power. We saw this with Prates versus Garry, a guy with good footwork who moves around you. It's kind of a nightmare because you're chasing this guy around, never getting a chance to set your feet and land those power shots because the guy's never there to fully absorb the impact. And I think that's going to be the difference in this fight, the footwork and the kicking game of Sandhagen. And the switch dancing. I think it's going to be a very, very difficult fight for Figgy to figure out. The only thing I worry about with Sandhagen is he tends to get tired in those rounds 4 and 5. The same thing with Umar, same thing with Petr Yan, even though the Petr Yan interim bout was a short notice fight. And his fight with Song Yadong, he looked like he got tired towards the end, but that cut that he landed on Song Yadong or created on Song Yadong was able to save him with the doctor stoppage. Because other than that, it looked like he was slowing down. The Song was starting to have more success and getting to him little by little. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at this fight. But I do think overall on paper, Cory Sandhagen should get the job.
Cory Sandhagen opened up about his loss to Umar Nurmagomedov, admitting frustration led to mistakes during the fight.
Yeah, I feel great. These things are always really intense, so I'm excited for it, and yeah, I can't wait to kick some on Saturday. Yeah, some big ones. I learned that I could wrestle with the best of them, so that's a positive. On the negative end, I think that I just gotta let fights develop a little bit better and not get as frustrated. I felt like I got a little frustrated in there, and it just caused me to make silly mistakes and just go, and then they kind of snowballed a little bit, because in an MMA fight, if you lose 1 or 2 rounds, it's like, oh, I got to win the rest of these, you know what I mean? And then, but yeah, learned a lot, definitely gained some confidence in some areas. And then I try to just juice out the losses with as much good stuff as I can. I'm kind of in this for the long run. I have 2 goals. It's to be a world champion, and then also to be the best martial artist that I can before I age out. And yeah, one of those is unachievable. But winning the world title certainly is. But yeah, I don't really think like that. I think like, okay, I just got to get better and better and better.
Deiveson Figueiredo is confident heading into his fight with Sandhagen, stating he's prepared for Sandhagen's versatility and plans to counter with aggression.
Cory's a guy who's very versatile, works really hard, and I think he's I trained not to be surprised by anything that comes, so I trained a lot to be ready for the versatility they bring into the octagon, and also to be very aggressive against him, and that's how we beat him. So we did everything not to be surprised by any of his moves, to be very aggressive all the time and to go at him. And Cory's a guy that loves a marathon. He loves to run around in the octagon. So we train for that.
Bom,
And this is a division that the top 5 is very deep. And I think they're great fighters, experienced fighters, high level fighters. And I think that anybody can have a title shot. And I think that with this win against Cory on Saturday, I think it puts me in line for a title shot. And that's what I believe I should have a chance to go for the title. As far as the title fight between Merab and Sean, I think I see Merab winning, because I see it's just a bad matchup. I think that Merab is a very bad matchup for Sean, so I think that Merab wins.
Figueiredo believes a win positions him for a title shot. Johnny Walker reflected on his 2 fights with Magomed Ankalaev, acknowledging that a single mistake led to his knockout loss in their rematch.
I was watching very attentive for the fight when it happened, and Ankalaev is just very, very technical. This is high level. He's been training for a long time, and he was good. I fought him twice. My second fight, I beat him in the first round, because you have to go put pressure on him. But I wasn't on the level to beat him yet, because I lost, right? One little mistake, he's so good that one little mistake, I stepped wrong on the kick. I should kick and bring my foot back and stay in my stance. Because when my stance, he couldn't touch me. I was beating him, I was safe. He never landed nothing good. But when I kick and make one little mistake, put my foot on the front,
stayed more square.
He grabbed me and punched and knocked me out. Like one little mistake on that level. That I'm telling you, like Ankalaev is that champion level, yes. And one little mistake can change the fight. So this is what I'm telling you, like you can knock a lot of guys outside of the rankings, but when you get there, you need to bring everything together to fight that guy. It's a fight of your life, Right. And Ankalaev against Pereira was 2 very high level strikers, and then you don't want to expect one gonna knock the other out like quickly.
Jon Jones shared an Instagram post showcasing his wall of victory, noting there's one last perfect spot left, hinting at future plans. Now, as you can see, still haven't framed or hung the Stipe fight yet, been moving a million miles an hour lately. But there's one last perfect spot left on my wall of victory, and looking at this wall, it really hits me. This isn't just artwork, it's legacy. Every poster tells a story, different chapters, different homes, different battles, wins that meant the world at the time, fights that made history. I've said it before, my career hasn't been perfect, but it's been undeniably legendary, epic, special. Just a few words that come to mind: legend after legend, era after era. What I'm most proud of? I've evolved. I'm so much more than just a fighter. I'm a man growing stronger in my faith, a family man, a loyal brother to my team, a businessman, a leader, a man for my community. And I know, without a doubt, my mother would be proud of the man I've become. The wall's almost filled, but trust me, the story's still being written. The best is yet to come. Ilia Topuria announced he'll fight at UFC 317 on June 28th during International Fight Week in Las Vegas.
Quería agradecerle a la comunidad de Madrid y a su presidenta por este reconocimiento, por la Gran Cruz de la Orden de 2 de Mayo. Lo siento muchísimo por no poder estar ahí con vosotros, pero tengo la preparación por delante. Espero volver a haceros felices a todos el día 28 de junio. Pásenlo en grande.
While his opponent hasn't been confirmed, speculation includes Islam Makhachev or Charles Oliveira. That's all for today's MMA news. For daily updates and content, subscribe to MMA Messenger and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos.